Hey buddy, it's 54 New Star, and today we're going to continue our animation series. This one moment, I need to reset the mic, reposition it. Okay, so yeah, we're going to continue on our animation. We did rigging last time, and today we're going to do some animation. You can either animate in the new Blender, and I probably should pull that up, so hold on one second. Yeah, so here's the new Blender. One thing that kind of strikes me wrong with it is that, okay, I'm going to reset how I view things. So let's go to view selected. Okay, it's just its rotation on when you're trying to, view something, grab something or something like that. It just doesn't feel. It just feels off. So when I do this, it just feels. The rotation is slower, so I feel like, oh, I need to zoom in. I have more control over how I view the character, rather than in the new Blender. Can you pull up new Blender? It just feels looser. I don't have as much grip. But if you're wondering, is the animation the same? It is actually all the same. There's the dope sheet and then the graph editor. They both do the same thing. Dope sheet I do more of though, because I'm like zooming in to like literally a tenth of a frame, and then I can name it. We won't be doing independent animations. That usually means you would hit new, type in the name of the animation, do the animation, hit new again, and it would basically, you would create a list of 10 to 20 animations. But in my game engine, CopperCube engine, it cannot import separate animations. You basically have to create one line of basically animations, and it's like creating a sentence. You put a period after the end of each animation. Do that, you put a space, and then you just do the next animation. And then in the animation editor, I don't think I have anything animated in this scene. No. Maybe this guy. Attributes. Let's actually click on the guy. No, he's just static. Okay, so he's not animated. So I'm gonna have this guy's a static version of the animated character, and he's gonna be wielding some. If I can view him correctly, he's gonna be wielding some weapons. This big plasma pistol thingy. So yeah, but you can animate the same way in each engine. We're going to select the bone. We're going to make sure in pose mode. Select the transform manipulators. It's a circle. And we're going to start in an idle mode. Hold on. I need to set up my keyboard message thingy. Okay, here we go. So let's increase this a bit. We're going to set this guy in our basic idle mode, so it looks more natural. I'm dealing with a really small keyboard right now, so kind of used to a huger keyboard. Okay, so it's not perfect because he is a low poly character, and he has a basic mesh. Okay, that should do. Now what we're gonna do, actually I'm gonna switch it and turn his foot this way. So he's just kind of like the stand in there. We're going to do an idle mode, where it's just basically what happens when he's just standing and he's doing nothing. So I'm going to make sure that the bones are selected. Hit A, I, and then location, rotation, scale, click. And that sets up our basic, okay, this is where the guy is. It's basically all his default looks. Let's move that down here. Okay. That's how he's basically gonna look. Now at this point, you want to figure out how fast you want him to move, because sometimes if you do slow animations, it looks like he's going through slow motion. If he goes fast, it doesn't look natural. You want to hit a strike between. Now, if you can't hit a perfect strike, go for maybe a little bit faster than a little bit slower. His can't always be perfect. Now, I'm going to start with his head, hit A, and then I'm going to rotate his head because he's kind of just, looking around. Hit A, so we're going to select all the bones, rotation scale, and then we're going to play this. So, Alt A. Okay. And so that was 10 frames, so we're going to skip to frame 20, and then we're going to rotate his head again. We're going to slightly, like he's just kind of like looking down the hallway or something like that. It's like, what's that? Doesn't look natural. Oh no, he looks natural. So he's looking at something that looks kind of crazy. No, that was really, really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up 2 frames. Alt A. Now his first frame now looks really fast. So I'm going to move this back to frame 20. And then I'm going to move this to frame 20. Now what we do is, because that's now 20 frames, we're now going to move this to frame 40. Okay. Alt A. Okay, now it looks a wee bit better. And now what I'm going to do is he's going to open up his hand, and I'm going to scale. I'm not going to keep them there. I'm going to select those, basically override those. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. I'll write them there anyway. And I'll just move them. Grab and move them to 50. It's a bit fast, so yeah, I'm going to move these to 60, so they have 10 frames of basically movement. And this is basically what happens when you animate. You do a lot of basically trial and error. So remove X-ray so we can see some of it. I'm going to open up his hand a wee bit more. And then basically he's going to move his arm, and then he's going to scratch his face. So that thumb has to be open a bit and back. And we go to X-ray mode, so we're selecting the right bone. See, he's thinking. Oh yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but it's good enough for me. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this hand, and he's gonna go pat, 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 like I'm thinking. And actually I need to, okay, so he's gonna go to, now we're gonna cut the half frame, not half frames, but 5 frames, and then I'm gonna move that out. And then we'll go to 80. That's gonna go down. Oops. It's not going down. Alright. Okay, now we have to play it again. Then we gotta do this a couple times so it actually looks, like he's actually patting his cheek. We have to do it enough times so it looks like, oh, I know what he's doing. It's like, are they fixing the gumball machine? So that's 90, that's 95. Now we're going to go to 100, and we're going to hit X-ray back on again. Oh, I had that cut off. No. Oops, whoa, that went totally wrong. That might be too many frames right there. Okay, now it's look right, look left. Thinking. Puts the hand down. Yeah, it's way too many frames. So I need to again jump this to 20 frames. So that's 100. So we're gonna cut this to 110. But I'm probably gonna have to redo that. Okay, that looks more natural now. So and then 110, 120. His hand's gonna kind of go back to the natural area which it was. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this. Okay, we gotta unselect those. Shift D, grab, and then we have to move it there. Alt A, play it again. Oh yeah, now we're good. No, that's good. Hit Alt A again. He's looking around. Actually, let's unselect that and play that again. Now, this hand animation right there, okay, let's play it right there. Now, that could be a little bit too fast, but I'm not going for perfection. Looks around, taps his cheek, puts his hand down, folds it up. Now, that is good. I'm gonna save it now. Save as character player, and I'm gonna put underscore anim for animated. Save as Blender file. Now what we do is we're at 120, so I'm gonna skip 80 frames and go to frame 200. Now he's basically in our static pose. So when we actually open them up in Copper Cube, we're gonna skip frame 120 to 200. And what you actually should technically do is write this down is idle pose 1, frame 0 to frame 120, walking pose 200 to 220, shooting pose, all that blah blah blah. So excuse me one moment while I get a sheet of paper. Okay guys, now in the, how long are we going on? That's 16 minutes. Because I want to keep these kind of short, guys, so you're able to watch them. I'm gonna do walk pose next, and probably a different video, and then you can go to straight to that. But I don't want to keep this like an hour or whatever, so I'm gonna stop it in here, guys. And remember, hit the like, put the comments down below, and then subscribe if you want or whatever. And I will upload the next video quite soon. So see you later, guys. Bye.